Welcome back to the Soup Football fans. It's your boy Lolo. Another Friday night happy hour with y'all. Today we are celebrating Festivus. It is Festivus for the rest of us. This is a long time New York tradition after it was seen on Seinfeld, of course. But a big thing about Festivus, the big celebration that we like to do, is the airing of grievances. And boy, do we have a lot of grievances. And so we're going to get to those, but it is Friday night, so crack them open if you got them. I'm not having beer today. It's cocktail time, so I'm having myself a little Tanqueray and tonic. Cheers to y'all. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope everybody's finishing their work week off and hopefully doesn't have much work to do next week. Celebrating whatever you want to celebrate. So let's get to it. I'm going to bring on my lovely co-host so we can get right into this.
Absolutely cracking. I don't
Mr.
have
Mark.
a Festivus sweater on.
No.
I have no Christmas gear.
You were dressed like you're going to rob the place. You're dressed like Home Alone. Like you're one of the wet bandits.
Do I look like one of the what is it the wet bandit?
The wet bandits.
The wet bandits. I hope I'm more Joe Pesci than I am Daniel Stern. I think I preferred Pesci's character only because he's just got that crazy Italian voice. You know, he's talking like he's on crack all the time, and Daniel Stern's just kind of like, what?
I love that. Now, we watched that movie. We had to show my kids, and they have no interest in it whatsoever. And they'll get into it. But
it's
anyway,
an absolute classic.
Yeah,
How
it is.
Can you not get into the hijinks that is Home Alone and Home Alone 2.
You know, it's hard. It's hard for kids these days to understand how that could be possible. Like how on earth, like with cell phones and like like I go out of town, I go across the world, and my kids don't even really realize I'm gone, except at nighttime. And they're like, "Where is Poppy coming home?" And it's like, no, he's thousands of miles away.
I want to go to that beach.
Yeah, I want to go to that beach right there. Anyway, Mark, happy holidays. Happy weekend.
Festivus.
I am so sorry. I need to apologize on behalf of my club to your club and your club's fan base. I apologize for giving you hope, man. I'm sorry. I know that game. You were like probably not enjoying watching it all day, thinking about it, not interested at all. And then we gave you hope. You played well. You played really well.
Yeah.
And we had no answer, and we just couldn't break through. And then end of the game, what's the problem with Arsenal? The thing about Arsenal is they always try to walk it in, and they're trying to walk in this 1-goal lead. And what do you guys do? A whole match of 10 behind the ball. And all of a sudden, y'all start attacking with like all the legs that you didn't have all game. And you're just attacking. And I was like, it's coming. Mark, this bastard, it's coming. And then they scored. And I was, at that moment, Mark, I 100% was thinking they're going to go score another one. Like, you had such momentum.
We scored all the goals.
You had such momentum. And then Gabby Jesus whiffs a header, and Mascara face plants into it. And he turns around and he goes, "That's for finger banging me last year." Had to come down to those two also, Mark. So I'm sorry for giving you hope. Arsenal took it. We walked away. We've forgotten about it. Mark, what is your takeaway from this match? You got to be a little proud.
I mean, I there's a lot of things that I can sit and talk about, but you know, when it comes down to it, man, it was so hard to watch. But when it comes down to it, I'm just going to say the following: that if you told me that Wolves were going to go into the Emirates and Arsenal does not score a single goal, and Wolves would give up 3 points, I don't even know. When you're at the bottom of the table and luck is not on your side, you will find new and inventive ways to lose. This is just something that is just indicative of our season. And we look. I'm just going to say we played well. This was a match that I was like, hey, wait a minute. There's hope for us.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that hope is coming a little bit too late. We got a
lot. Maybe not.
We'll see what happens, but I definitely have a bigger hope that we beat Brentford tomorrow.
I think you have a shout.
I think we have a chance. There's I don't remember his name. His first name is Rue. That's all I really know about him. But he was a manager with Espirito Santo and knows Rob Edwards very, very well. Rob Edwards was with the under-23 team when he was with Nuno. So they have a relationship. And it seemed that there was some communication on the pitch. There was players knew where one another was. In relationship to passing was a little crisper. It seemed to be a little more creative, and certainly there were moments where I think Arsenal fans' throats were filled with their hearts, especially in the first half when Hee-Chan had the rare breakaway and was being chased down by 5 and still managed to get a shot off. If we see more of that, I think we have a chance to maybe not necessarily be at the bottom. We probably will be relegated. I think 15. What are we? 15 games in now. 16 games. To only have Boxing Day. The gap is too much. I think Leeds is the first one that is out of the drop zone. They have 16, so I think 14 points is just far too much.
I mean, you're going to need to go on a Man City style.
We're going to have to go on like the 7-game winning streak we went through last year.
That's reason enough
with Vito, but look. Big ups to the club. They played Arsenal at the Emirates very, very well. Again, holding Arsenal without a goal. That's not something I expected, and I certainly didn't expect to give up 2 own goals.
Mark, you bring up you bring up something. You bring up a word, 4-letter word. Rhymes with fuck. Luck.
Luck. And we don't have it right now.
Listen, and people who think the football gods don't exist, like there's definitely football karma, I would believe. Or maybe not karma, but energy flows. And when you are in an unlucky energy flow and another team is in I wouldn't say Arsenal are in a lucky flow right now, but we're on the lucky side. We're on the lucky side of the spectrum.
Yeah, no, last 4 games, you guys are not playing very well. Not playing up to Arsenal expectations.
But that last touch of the ball, I mean, Mark, when it happened, when that cross went in, such a beautiful cross and what looked like perfect positioning, beautiful header to win the game. I was elated. I'm ecstatic. I'm ignoring the fact that they're saying it's an own goal. I don't care. We win the game. I go away. Later, I go back and I'm rewatching it when we're talking about when I realize it's Mosquera who did it. And I was like, oh, let me see if I can see his face when it hits his face. And then I realized, like, when you talk about luck, if Mosquera isn't there, that becomes the replay that sells Gabriel Jesus in 1 month. Because if Mascara's face isn't there, all it is a beautiful cross and a horrible miss. Like, that's what it is. It's a horrible miss from our striker. And your guy's face just happens to be there. It's not like he hit it and it deflected and it was still gonna. No, he missed it completely. That would have been highlight reel. We dropped 2 points because Gyökeres is shit, and we had to put Gabby on, who's not ready. He's not the striker. He's old. He's busted. Da 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 da. What happens is we go, oh, I'm so glad that Gabby got in on a goal. Yeah, it wasn't his goal. It was an own goal, whatever. But he was there. He missed it. He fucking missed it. But that split second of luck favored us and hindered you. Like, I think you guys are so far in the negative luck that it gave us more luck.
Yeah. I think one of the best ways that I've ever heard luck put, or talked about was with Lawler. And when Lawler said, you got to have the luck of the green. And we did
the rub of the green.
Rub of the green. That's what it is. The rub of the green. Thank you for correcting me on that. We definitely did not have the rub of the green. It wasn't exactly inspired football, to basically have just put everybody on Arsenal in front of us. Because my whole thing is just that to defend like that for 90 plus minutes is just, that's a very hard ask. It's a very, very hard ask. And, but the Wolves are able to do it. And I think I what I saw from Wolves and it's, I haven't had much to cheer about as far as Wolves are concerned. But they were a lot more organized. They were a lot more in sync, and there was a little bit more creativity, as much as you can when you're parking a bus so tightly fit as Wolves were, and in my mind, as far as the own goals, I'll just say this, that own goals are unfortunate, and very rarely are they just absolute. You look at them and statistically they're blunders, but very rarely are they just out and out fuck ups. To me, what it said was that the Wolves were at least in their positions. They were defending. Yeah. They were defending well. These things happen. Unfortunately, it happened twice, and it negated what I thought was a hell of a goal by Adurokotulu, whatever the hell his name is.
Hell of a goal.
That was a hell of a goal. Hell of a goal within I think it was in Campier,
yeah.
And Campier, just wearing him like a shirt. The guy was just on him, and he was able to just kind of pop his head in, and you don't get many goals past Raya like that.
Well, I was going to say,
that's the honest truth. I'm going to put that out there. That's how good I felt that goal was.
Mark, you have to
get it by Raya like that.
You have to give it to Arsenal. Just about every single goal that has gone past Arsenal has been a great goal.
Yeah,
because it has to be. Because it has to be. We've created that where, yes, we're going to give up a goal because we're playing against the best players in the world all the time. And we're the best leagues in the world, the Premier League, Champions League. The goals that you're going to give up, I mean, look at the Bayern goal. That was a fucking incredible. I stood up and applauded the Bayern Munich fans.
But by
the little kid.
Who is he? He's the young guy. It's
not Will.
It starts with a K, I want to say.
Kirk.
Anybody in the comments, let us know who that wonder kid is. He's going to be the golden boy this year in Championship or the Champions League. If what's his name got it last year, it starts with I want to say it starts with a K. Leonard Carl. Thank you, CMOS Sports World. Carl. He
Look at
had
that
another nice
beautiful
one
goal. Beautiful
recently
goal.
that I saw, and I can't remember against who that was.
Kirk
But
Douglas.
he had
That's
another goal last week in the championship, I think, as well.
The Champions League. He doesn't play in the
Champions
championship.
League. I'm trying to practice for next season, trying to remember that we're going to the championship, which is just ridiculous. It's so confusing.
You're finally going to make it to a championship.
And I was talking championship, and somebody was like, "Yeah, I know, it's really confusing."
Yeah, that's a great story, Mark.
Great story.
That's a great story. Anyway, so Mark, exciting stuff. How do you feel going into Brentford? You guys play at home or you play away?
We do play at home.
Okay. Do you expect any fan protests that might get in the way?
I actually don't, and I'll hit upon that in my grievances. But I do expect a very lively crowd that's going to get behind Wolves, and really hopefully we get our first 3 points in what I think is something like 25 games. We haven't won since early April of last season. That's how bad it's been. In fact, I think we're the only team within that span of time, the only team in all the tiers of English football to have not won. Everyone else throughout, all the plumbers and electricians that play in like I don't even know, the Eastern, Western sub-league, the triple A, quadruple A, 17-time A, whatever those lower tiers.
That's definitely not what it's called. It's definitely not what it's called.
I have no idea.
Sunday League. The Sunday League. Basically, every league that Jamie Vardy has played for.
I have no idea, but we are the only English team to have not won in all that stretch of time. Absolutely terrible. Gets leagues and ships mixed up. I get everything mixed up. Look, words are hard, Pincushion.
Well, he is growing that pirate mustache. So he'll be sailing many leagues in his ship.
Do we like it? I don't know.
I love it, man. I think, yeah.
Lolo said it was a bit of a hipster mustache. I just felt it was kind of fun to do.
Well, I mean, nowadays when you say hipster, it means like a 45-year-old man. Like, well, there you go.
But is it? Some people say they're old school. I'm preschool.
What? I don't understand what that means.
Old school. Someone's old school. You understand
that,
right?
That.
Well, I'm beyond that. I'm so old. I'm preschool.
Oh, like the invention of school.
You can just see the wheels moving in that man's head.
Not very quickly. No. Okay, Mark. How much other football did you watch this weekend?
I watch it all.
All right. So what are your thoughts? What are some that stood out to you this weekend? Man City rolling along, beating the crap out of Crystal Palace, which is a tough thing.
That was expected. I think City is on a roll, and I think they might give Arsenal a run for their money. I think when it's all said and done, if Arsenal can pull it out, it's going to be real close, because City is finally. There's some things that are starting to click, and people are starting to get hot that hasn't really happened in the last couple of years. Last year definitely. City was kind of that one-man show last year with Erling Haaland. He was the guy. He was going to score the goals, and where Erling led them, that's where City was going to go. Rodri goes down. He's still injured, and they're playing quite well. There's some players that are coming along. And one guy I'm going to give a shout out as far as City is concerned, and that's Chechki. He is playing. I know I got it wrong. I know I pronounced. Is it Chechki, Checkers? I dog checkers. I have no idea, but you know who I'm talking about.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you how to say it.
You know
I know who you're talking about,
but
it's been a while since we've got a David DeGee in here, so we're going to stick with Chesky.
That's how long it's been. That's how long it's been. I've forgotten how to pronounce his name.
Okay. Chesky. Okay.
Chesky. That guy.
I need to know how to quote you.
Never quote me. Never quote me.
Yeah.
But no, he's really coming along. Someone else is saying that it's Krejci.
It's not.
And that's
not.
He's actually thinking of the Wolf guy. But that's a whole different story.
Do you want me to tell you who it is?
Why not?
Ryan
we got like
it's
Turkey. Is it pronounced Turkey?
Well, that's how I'm pronouncing it, but it's better than
That's how I'm going to pronounce it from now on. It's going to be Turkey.
Yeah, CHERKI, I believe.
Right. No, but he's really coming along, and I think that is just add to the many embarrassments of riches that City has amongst the other teams, and also Phil Foden is beyond good form right now. He is really he's providing, and Foden and with those three players, Haaland, Foden, and the other guy, the Romanian. I don't even know where he's from. I'm not even going to pretend. But City
now I don't know who you're talking about. The Romanian.
City are able to, and Reinders also is also
Yanni Reinders,
badass. But there's just everything kind of coming together for City. I was really impressed by that. My favorite game of the week was the final game with was it Man United and Bournemouth. I mean, Mr. Tom always talks about how the last game of the week is just goal-filled. That second half was so fun to watch. It just obviously if you like a defensive battle, that's not going to be what you're going to want. But wow, what a match.
Yeah. We can get to that. You're talking about the
United and Man United and Bournemouth on
versus
Monday.
Bournemouth, yes. Just to get back to Man City a little bit, it's frustrating that people are shocked by how good City are playing, and I think they should be more shocked at the fact that they weren't playing so well earlier in the season. Because if you look at their team, I mean, look at that. Look at those guys that you're mentioning. You said forget about Erling Haaland. Well, yeah. Forget about. I know, but yeah. Let's get rid of him. Foden is playing his best football, probably his longest run of his top football, at least these past 4, 5, 6 games. But then Doku, Savinho, Reinders, Turkey. Sorry, I was trying to remember what you called him. Chesky.
Nico O'Reilly too. He's
Nico O'Reilly. Fantastic
back there.
The problem with City that they seem to be having right now is their defense. Their defense is leaking goals, so they're having to score 3, 4, 5 goals, and they can. They have that front foot. It gets tougher for them in weird matches where teams just won't die. It seems like, why won't you just die? When will you learn to die? Like Leeds United and who was it, Bournemouth or Fulham the next week? Like it was where they still won the game, but they gave up goals after having a big lead. This is something that's worrying them right now, but they have the ability to score these goals. And Phil Foden, I just hate him so much. I have such a bias against him. I don't know why. Maybe because he's a City player, and I don't know. But there's something I had to come to realize recently and say, because maybe I hate him because he's always in the Foden Saka debate. Who's better? Who's world class? Foden or Saka? Foden or Saka? And I think it's a stupid comparison because they don't play the same position and they're different players.
They definitely don't do the same thing.
Yeah. But when it comes to somebody just taking a shot and it having a chance to go in, it'd be harder to find somebody than Phil Foden right now that you would just put money on. All of his other work doesn't work out half the time, and his passes are okay and this and that.
Right.
But when you see him, like, a mental click in his head where he locks and loads his leg and he's like, "Nope, I'm shooting no matter what."
That
in my head, I'm like, "That's going in. That's going in." Most of his goals are, because they shouldn't happen. They come from nowhere. Well, not from nowhere, but like, it's got to be a perfect shot to score from here. And yes, Saka does those from time to time, but Foden's one of these where if Foden was one-on-one with the keeper, I'd give him less odds as opposed to 4 defenders and the keeper already and him outside the box by 3 yards in a weird angle. He's going to nail that one more than he would a one-on-one with the keeper. Anyway, I hate Phil Foden.
I'm just going to add one more thing to that, and this is just my opinion. Maybe it's not going to be popular, but just my 2 cents worth. I'm going to say this: with the game on the line, I'd want Saka to take the shot. I'd want Saka to take the shot with the game on the line. But you put my life on the line, I want Phil Foden to take that shot.
To me, it depends where it's from.
True.
If it's a one-on-one with the keeper, I'm going Saka. If it needs some dribbling and some finessing and stuff like that, I'm going with Saka. If it's all right, he's about to blow the whistle, he's pulling the whistle to his mouth, and there's 8 defenders in front of you, just shoot. Phil Foden's going to nail that every time. That's probably why I hate him. What up, Tyneside FC? What are your guys' opinion on Newcastle? Newcastle, Mark, what is wrong with Newcastle this year? They are a team that can play one week and you go, these guys are top 4. These guys are so solid and fluid and That's weird. But and then they play the next week and they're horrible.
Yeah, they're a team. I think they're a team that have baffled like neutrals for a very long time. They've baffled me. They have good personnel. They have good coaching. They have all the things. I think this season, going through the Isak saga, I think that took a lot out of the team. And then also they went out and they got themselves a hell of a player in Wisa, who immediately got hurt. And I think that there was there's some plans for, we spent this money on this guy. He's going to help our team. And he got hurt immediately and hasn't been able to participate. And to be honest, I would say that it's just injuries in general that have kind of saddled has saddled this team to kind of where they are. They're still hanging close. There's still the opportunity to move up, but it's just not happening. For every step forward, there's a step back. But I for one, I would put it on injuries, and I know everybody deals with injuries, and certainly Arsenal over the last few years has dealt with their injuries. But there's just not the depth behind Newcastle to kind of overcome or attempt to overcome. I mean, to lose Wisa, to lose Fabian Scher, to lose who's the other guy?
Dan Burn went out too.
Dan Burn, and like he took a shot.
Weird. Yeah.
He took a shot, ball to the chest, knocked him down. You didn't think anything of it.
Punctured lung or something.
He
right?
broke ribs.
Wasn't it a punctured lung?
Ribs from that. And I think ultimately it did end up being a punctured lung. But this is just not good. And so that's why I think that like what has been the issue with Newcastle, it's been a step forward, it's been a step back. The league is not nearly as competitive as I thought it would be. It's obviously it's the top three teams right now. I don't think anybody else is going to emerge in the time that we have remaining. I think the race is 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be the exciting one at this point. And the race for the top spot, for the top three is going to. It's always fun, but I really thought that there would be more teams. Here? I thought
we were talking about Newcastle.
We are.
I have points to make, and all of a sudden you're like moving on to like, fucking Brighton and Hove Albion.
I was just saying that I just feel that much like the desire to see Newcastle to do well and fight for that top spot, that it's not as competitive as I set it out to be.
Yeah, I think Newcastle are going to big time switch their focus to winning the League Cup, to hold, what is it called? Holding the title, to holding the title, defending their title, because they're down to, Final Four teams. They're down to the semifinals.
Yeah, they are the defending champion
and they are the defending champions. So I think that will be important because they know their up and down sort of nature right now isn't guaranteeing top 4, isn't guaranteeing top 5. You could in the end, they could. Here's my thing. Somebody, Tyneside, actually, who probably knows what they're talking about, said the Isak saga has affected us, I think. I think the Isak saga affected Isak more. He's in a, I mean, yes, you're a club, so you see it as a bigger problem. Because I feel like the goals are coming. The goals are there. Harvey Barnes is having a year. Bruno's getting in on the goals. The guy who I feel is most hurt by the Isak saga, because even Voltemon, who came in, he's getting goals here and there, and even his own goal was a damn good goal. It's just he forgot that wasn't his goal. You should rewatch that, Mark, if you haven't seen it. But I think poor old Jacob Murphy, because I love a player like Jacob Murphy. He was a machine for Isak. Like he would provide so many assists and pre-assists and just breaking open space and running people ragged. Jacob Murphy, to me, he's one of these players that you just love him. If he's on your team, you just love him. You love the work that he does, and you love when he gets a goal or two or an assist. But I feel like Isak is missing Jacob Murphy, and Jacob Murphy doesn't have the relationship with Voltemon, who's just not – he's not a direct Isak replacement. He's a different type of striker, so they're learning. That will shore up a bit.
Right. Yeah.
That will shore up. That relationship will happen. And I think if Harvey Barnes can stay healthy and Princess Diana, what's his name?
Anthony Gordon.
Anthony Gordon, yes.
I do think that I think that a second half surge out of Newcastle is not out of the question, especially if they get healthy. But it's one of those things where, at least to me, the Isak saga, which we will now refer to it as, is that it didn't allow the team to kind of take all these parts that they brought in and allow them to gel in the preseason, because they're like, do we have Isak? Do we don't have Isak? We can't exclude him until he excluded himself, toward as it got closer to the start of the season. And Isak just was like, ultimatum, said, I want out, fuck you, I'm not going to play. And he was excused and sat and did trained on his own and whatnot. But I mean, Newcastle brought in some quality. They brought in Wolfmod aside, because Wolfmod was the heir apparent to Isak, but they brought in Wisa, they brought in Alanga, and these parts just aren't quite there yet.
Alanga's another guy.
I do think that given some time and maybe some spending in the winter window with that big bag of money, that they can make a difference. And I think a second half surge out of Newcastle is not out of the question.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Mark, that's a lot of football talk that we've talked. What do you say we get into some Festivus talk?
Oh my goodness.
Are you ready to air some grievances?
I have a massive grievance. And
all right, kick it off, man.
Grievance. Here we are. Happy early Festivus to you all. This is our airing of the grievances. And I got a lot of problems with you people. And that problem sits with my own beloved club, Wolverhampton, and our executive chairman, Jeff Shee. Hold on a second. Hello? What? You're kidding. You're blowing me away here. Now I have nothing to talk about. Yeah, thanks. All right. Well, it has just been brought to my attention that as of about an hour and a half ago, Jeff Shee has resigned as our executive chairman and has brought in someone by the name of Nathan Shee. No relation. Hopefully he knows more about football than Jeff Shee claimed to do. But my grievance
hold on, is that real?
It is real. It is
that was
real.
A real phone call.
That is not a real phone call, but it is real that Jeff Shee did resign about an hour and a half ago, as the executive chairman of the football operations for Wolves. But my grievance is with now the former executive chairman of football operations for the Wolverhampton Wanderers. You went on BBC with this big mea culpa, and it's like, oh, I'm the executive director, I'm the executive chairman, but I don't know what I'm doing. Well, that's obvious given the downfall and the slide that Wolves have made in the last 3 years. And he's like, oh, maybe I sold too many people in the window. Maybe I sold too many players in the window. That's obvious because you've done that window after window after window. I mean, you've sold our captains off every chance you get a chance, every chance, every turn of the page. But my real grievance is this. You sat there with BBC and you talked about the threat of relegation for Wolves. And you said, outside the stadium, relegation is I understand the fans are concerned and they're upset and they're angry about relegation, but within the building, it's really not that bad. What building are you talking about? What room are you talking about that relegation is not that bad? The boardroom? Inside the boardroom with the shareholders and all the people that run the business, because you have claimed that Wolverhampton is a business. This is how we run it. So you saying within the boardroom that relegation is not such a negative thing. Well, let me tell you where it is a negative thing, and it's inside your organization, and it's inside your building, because there is not one player, there is not one manager, coach, trainer that is seeing relegation is not a bad thing. None of these people involved, none of the people that take the pitch, none of the people that help train want to be known as the team that's, or the group of people that sent Wolverhampton down. So you son of a bitch, I am angry. I have a lot of problems with you people that when you sit there and say within our building, relegation is not a big deal, because again, not a single player wants to be held responsible for that.
Ooh, all right. Take that, Mr. Shee.
And you're gone. And that's why I say that the Molyneux tomorrow at, I think, 10 o'clock our time, which I guess is, what does that make it? 4 o'clock London time, 4 o'clock England time. That's why I think that stadium is going to be rocking, because Jeff Shee has stepped down, and this is what they've been all waiting for. And they are going to come in and they are going to support this team. And Molyneux is going to be the loudest it's been in a long time.
Well, all right, Mark. How do you feel? You feel better after your airing of your grievance?
I feel lighter. I feel like with all the sweat that I've just lost in my grievance, I'm easily under 200 pounds now.
Good. All right. My turn, I suppose? Or do you have more?
I think it is your turn.
I'll go one. Okay. This year, for my airing of grievances, my biggest grievance this football season has been with the football fans and the football content creators that are not Arsenal fans. Because I feel, I feel weird even being able to air these grievances, because I can already hear all the rebuttals and all the whams coming out. And if Director John were here right now, he would be putting up whams to me. But my issue is this: every year they talk shit about Arsenal, about being bottlers, about not having a title in 20 years, about never winning Europe, never quite being there, always the bridesmaid, da-da-da-da-da. Then we start the season, and within 5 games or so, we're hearing it's Arsenal's league to lose. So we say, pump the brakes. Week 6, week 7, losing to Liverpool. Still, it's Arsenal's league to lose. It's Arsenal-Liverpool. Liverpool start failing. It's Arsenal's league to lose. It's Arsenal's league to lose. I feel like fans of other teams, like to talk about Arsenal and like to either tell us that we're crap or give us the league, so that then around this time where things get tough and points get dropped, we start to hear things like, oh, well, you gave yourself the trophy in December. You gave yourself the trophy in November. oh, you crowned yourself. You all crowned yourself because the narrative became it's Arsenal's league to lose. When that wasn't done by Arsenal fans, that was done by rival fans. That was done by people who just want to be able to say that they were right about, yeah, it's Arsenal's league. Yeah, of course they won. Well, they spent so much money. Oh, they spent, and they just start getting their excuses ready for just in case Arsenal do win the league. But then they love just building it up so that if it doesn't happen, it's this huge narrative about Arsenal bottling the league, and it won't be a narrative of Pep Guardiola doing something very, very special after continuing to do something special. Sunderland going on and winning the fucking league. Aston Villa, Liverpool surging back. Man United, who knows what could happen? We haven't played half the season. Yet it's Arsenal's league to lose, or Arsenal are starting to bottle it. And it's just getting so tiring because I feel like I can't have a conversation with anybody, half the time Mark included with this, but in our chat group with Najee, the Chelsea fan, I can't even get into it because they are putting on things that rival fans have created. They are putting a narrative that a rival fan has created and putting it on me. And the worst one in our group is Tim. Tim can go fuck himself. Tim is a cunt. But that being said, that's my grievance. And I'm sure there's more of that. But I ran out of things to say. Mark?
Well, yeah. I find your grievance to be rather valid. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I really believe that you have a bit of a point. Now I see in the wings waiting at the door.
Uh-oh.
We've got another Stoop crew member.
Well,
I am sure that he has his own grievances to air. So if we can,
let's bring
in all the way from London, our very own Mr. Tom.
Hello,
Tom. How are you, man?
Welcome to our Festivus show.
Good to see you.
Okay.
Happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus, everyone.
All right, Tom. You got here just in time. Do you have a grievance you would like to air for us, please? And I think it could be Leeds related to appease some of our fan base who are here.
I mean, I can make something up.
You should.
Yeah, why not?
That's what we did. Except Mark, who wrote his and had a teleprompter.
Oh no!
I did. Did you use the teleprompter on StreamYard?
Is there a teleprompter now?
There is a teleprompter on StreamYard.
Oh, wow.
Not that I want to spoil it for anyone from the backstage or the whatever you want to call it, but yeah, that is a thing. That's a thing they've recently added. I've not used it, but it was kind of there. But anyway, how deep can we go with this in terms of
as deep as you want?
Okay,
it's the time for airing of grievances. You need to get them off of your chest before the end of the year. You need to get these out, get these off of your soul. So, Tom, I don't care if it's even football related.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep this football related. Can I air my grievances towards Arsenal fans?
You can do whatever you want.
Why not?
We will be quiet during your airing of your grievance as per the laws.
Your team, and I'm not saying your team. I'm not going to this is nothing to do with Lolo, to be ironically, but the fact of the matter is Arsenal are top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League. But if you listen to any Arsenal fan, you'd feel like they're about 10 seconds away from suicide. Because fuck them. Fucking cunts. Don't appreciate what they've got. You spend... I'm not going to say you spend the most money, because that's not true. But you spend a lot of money, but then I'm supposed to sit here and listen to Arsenal fans talking like they can be relegated. Any other, you could play every match with 10 players and you'd still stay up. Fuck you. Fuck Arsenal. Fuck their fans. Arrogant fucking cunts. Fucking pricks. Fuck them. Fucking fuck, cunting, fuck, cunts. Fuck them. Also, having a stroke is kind of inconvenient.
All right.
Thank you.
What? That was it. I was like, keep going, man. That's brilliant. That's our best content we've had in ages.
Yeah.
We'll have to put the NC-17 warning on it, but I'm sure we've already got that from our conversation earlier. And Mark was pretty expletive heavy. Mr. Tom, I can't help but feel like you were directing that towards Arsenal fans.
I might have to done a little bit.
That's fine. Is there some reason that you're listening to a lot of Arsenal content? Maybe that's maybe you should listen to some Chelsea content.
Yeah.
What?
I just happen to be surrounded by a lot of Arsenal fans most of the time.
In East London, eh?
I think there's a particular show that he spends a bit of time on.
Which one? Ours?
And he's been spending a lot of time on that trip.
Oh, the road.
That's very witty, Mark. That's very witty.
Yeah.
It's been a
That's
long
not even
trip.
Sarcastic. That was actually pretty clever. But no. Just you know, because you. I'm not even really particularly worried about Leeds United, because the fact of the matter is we were primed for disaster about a month ago, and we've seemed to have accumulated some points. And with the greatest respect, it would be downright disrespectful of me to sit here and act like Leeds are in genuine trouble compared to Wolves, who are in genuine trouble. That's not mocking anyone. That's just reality.
No. It's just a fact of the matter. You know, 2 points in 16 games. It's just, I mean, we are 14 points from safety. That is nearly 5 games. That's 5 games we have to win, and that's 5 games everyone immediately above us have to lose before we even can sniff safety. No, we're done. We're absolutely done. I've accepted my fate, you know, and you know, I guess I can only hope that Leeds stay up, because you know I have Leeds. I have Ellen Road on my phone. I got the big head. I got the big heads behind me. I have just as many Leeds jerseys as I have Wolverhampton jerseys. So maybe I'll just jump ship. I have no idea what I'm gonna do, and I know a lot of you would have problems, and I even have problems. I mean, you know, look, I chose Wolves for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I just chose them. I was asked by Anisha and Lolo, choose a team on camera. I chose a team. I've stuck by them. And as much as everyone has complained about how their club is being run, ain't nobody can come close to the travesty of how the Wolves have been run. If you look at the players they've had, if you look at the players they've shipped out, and it's been awful. But that's beside the point. The point of the fact is that I'm accepting to Wolves' fate, and hopefully next season I can watch them on Paramount Plus with some sort of a regularity, because when Leeds went down for the 2 season, I couldn't watch them at all. Villa Martin, question to Mark: if you don't get a couple of wins before January, does your club get big earners off their books and prepare for next season? I don't know who's left to sell. Who on outside of Strand Larson, who's been kind of pouty ever since he didn't get sold to Newcastle. Who do we have? We have nobody of quality. Maybe our midfield, maybe Andre, maybe João Gomez. Man, if Wolves want to chase that Derby 11-point, and what is it? I think the goal differential record is like -46. They really want to chase that. I joked a couple of weeks ago about how I want to be the uninvincible, and I don't really want that. But if we're going to be bad, I want to be that bad. I just don't think we have it. I don't think we have anybody of quality that anybody's going to want for any kind of money. There's no Cunha. There's no Aitniori, there's no Neto on our team anymore. We are a team that can pull together a performance, but there's nobody special on our team. So there's no selling of players. It's just kind of let's take the money. Let's take the money that we have gotten.
Well, that's a horrible feeling to have to say that, Mark.
But it's true.
To have to say we don't. Who do we have to sell? Like, that's a horrible feeling. That's a horrible feeling. That means that's okay. Mark, I want to do a little group, or Mark and Tom now. I want to do a little group airing of grievance, because I think we can all speak a little bit about this, because we can't get. I have a huge grievance, and that's with FIFA and the way they are already running the World Cup. I know we're all going to watch the football that happens, and it's all going to matter. Whoever wins is going to be the World Cup winner. The football is the football. But right now, what's going on with all the ticket nonsense in the U.S., I'm not sure if it's happening the same in Canada and in Mexico. But right now, with the ticket sales, like if you're trying to get a ticket to a World Cup match right now, you're looking in thousands of dollars for just a generic seat. And the way this is all being handled, and then saying that they're gonna bring out $60 seats and $70 seats. Yeah, sure. Have you ever bought a $70 ticket to anything in the United States? By the time you check out, it's $180 with ticket fees and this fees and FIFA fees and this and that and the other. And all of these being bought up in seconds by bots and by scalpers, and reselling them immediately. And with FIFA taking a cut of the resale fee, as well as already getting the original fee and getting the buyers paying a fee as well. Like, it's insane, and it's taken away from the sport. I wish they would just do. I wish there was some sort of like, all of our tickets are going to be $60, and they're going up in a lottery, and here you go. They'll not go to bots. You need to show your ID to get in with your name and your ticket. There you go. And then the people actually go to the game. Something like that. What I hate all this. What do you guys feel about all that's going on?
Tom, you want to take this?
I just think it's disgraceful that they're getting away with it. But it's one of these crimes where, and I say crime loosely, but it should be illegal, but it's obviously not illegal because they're doing it. And I don't have nearly enough knowledge of it to speak confidently on it, but you know when you just know something is wrong, but you still can't articulate why, but you know it is. And it is.
Yeah.
They're going to make money hand over fist regardless. And they'll turn around in about 8 months' time, they're going to turn around and go, this is the most successful World Cup ever. And I hope they don't, but I suspect they will.
Yeah.
Football is corrupt. Football is corrupt. You've got to believe us now. You've got to believe us now. You've got to believe us. Football is corrupt. FIFA is corrupt. FIFA, I don't even know how it's still allowed to exist in its current form. What other business do you have? Sorry to interrupt you, Mark. Just please let me get this sentence out. What other business could exist where half the people in it got done for bribery and basically they're still in existence? You'd be shut down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No need to be to apologize. I'm really kind of curious how it is being so magnified. Is it just because it's in North America and I pay attention to North American news outlets and I'm reading about it constantly, but I don't think it's any different from when it was in Qatar or where it was before that. But because it is in my own backyard and because it is absolutely so amplified in the States, that I think that the whole 2026 World Cup is just a complete and absolute sham. We can start with the ticket prices and how, we can talk about how sports used to be a poor people thing. It was something to entertain the masses that has been over the course of the decades taken over by the uber rich, and now us we're left to pay our pittance in the streaming services just in the hope that we can watch something without a lag. But I think as far as like FIFA World Cup, I think the pricing and how expensive the tickets are is just the tip of the iceberg. Look at how easy. There's no group of death. We struggled to find it. We're not finding it, but what we are finding is we're finding that at least to me, when I look at the group stages and I just see all the classic squads, all the classic countries, all the classic teams are able to. There's an easy path to get to the elimination rounds, so that we are gonna see Germany, Brazil, Argentina, the United States, Mexico, England. We're gonna see all the teams that everyone talks about to kind of create this illusion of this classic World Cup. That there we're not going to see a Morocco. We're not going to see a Cameroon. We're not going to see a South Korea. We're not going to see that kind of like, oh, hey, look at this team. This team is he might make some noise there. We're not going to see that this season.
But Mark, that argument
this time around.
That argument, as valid as it may be, is just, it's easily deflected by saying, yeah, but having no group of death means that some random ass team like San Marino didn't get in, Cape Verde, all the
Carabao,
they could have one good game against Germany or against the one big guy in their group, and then all of a sudden second place, they couldn't. So we're actually giving more chances for teams to create something incredible. as opposed to, oh, you're in a group with Germany, Brazil, and Spain. Yeah, there's no chance in hell you're getting out. But if you're, Cape Verde, Morocco, Egypt, and France, you have a good game against France, you get a point. Okay, all right, let's go to Egypt. Oh, we get another point. Hey, we could get second place. It could happen in football. I'm just saying that's the argument against your argument.
I completely
which you
agree.
Can't negate it as well.
We are.
That's why it got sold.
We live in a country that is run by a P.T. Barnum type character.
The world.
He wants the spectacle. He wants the spectacle. He wants the
Roman Empire, baby.
The greatest, the biggest that everybody's ever seen. That's what he's looking for. And I think that it is going to just be the classic squad against the classic squad against the classic squad. It's going to be very, very predictable. And I for one, I will watch with vigor. Not nearly as the vigor as you and I did when we were doing the Euros.
Don't include me in your vigor, Mark. Your vigor is your own thing, my friend.
You and I have had a lot of vigor together.
Oh my God.
But I do feel that it is just it's going to feel very forced. It's going to feel very fabricated. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see officiating that follows suit.
Yeah.
I really would not be surprised.
The other argument to your argument is, yes, you say that it's boring in the group stage, but what we're doing is guaranteeing some sexy ass round of 872 or however many get through. You're guaranteeing all these teams to play each other, which is cool.
Sure.
Not that I'm for it, Mark. I'm just playing devil's advocate here of like, this is how this happened, is because, yes, your arguments may be completely valid and might hold more weight. They can be negated by saying this other one because we're both hypothesizing. So
fair.
I can live in your hypothesis and find some good things. Because I'm a cunt. All right, guys.
Right.
Well, that's about it for the show tonight. I threw the StreamYard login if anybody wants to join us backstage for a minute and celebrate Festivus with maybe one more gin. But Mr. Tom, did you have a show tonight?
I did have a show tonight, and it was a lot of fun.
Good. Which one are you up to now?
We're up to SummerSlam of 1990.
Ooh.
Hogan, baby.
Hogan won?
Well, of course Hogan won. Of course he did. Imagine my shock.
Hogan won everything in like 90, 91, 92.
I just have to keep saying that because one of these times he's going to mention one and I'm going to say Hogan won.
Weeks ago, Hogan lost.
So if I'm not mistaken, you're kind of approaching Ricky Steamboat and Randy Macho Man Savage.
Oh, we've done that.
Where Randy is just like, Ricky,
cream of the cup.
You're just a cup of coffee, yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, yeah, this is where I'm at right now with Ricky Steamboat. Because when you get into that circle, yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, yeah.
Your Randy Savage impression is very Hulk Hoganish.
Yeah,
I think I don't know. I think
you're sort of a generic '90s wrestler.
Oh, definitely. I don't have.
I
don't have like the.
It's a generic '80s wrestler because they're all on cocaine.
I'd have the blood nose because of all the cocaine I've been doing. Yeah. You know,
this is all true.
You have to have like, there's just something. My voice isn't too deep, you know, so I can't quite do it. But so that's why I throw in the yeah.
Can I just dispel one myth? I know Scooby said this with no ill will when he said this, but he said, and finally, the Stoop gets a reasonable kickoff time only after Mr. Tom nearly fucking died. I just want to dispel it has nothing to do with me nearly dying.
Yeah, we don't care.
Oh, I cared. I had a hard time.
but that seemed like that's where that was going. It has something to do with it, Mr. Tom. Come on.
I'm not. It
had everything to do with Nick moving to Spain, or with Lolo moving to Spain.
I don't want to tell people live on the internet where Lolo lives or things like that. But obviously, I know Lolo was said or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, it was probably more to do with the convenience of the time for Lolo and his job and things like that.
It definitely was. But then when we heard it would be better for you, we were like, oh, solid. Let's do it. Anyway, guys, thank you all for joining us. Happy holidays. We will probably, I don't know if we'll have a show next week. I'll be in another city. We'll see. But happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. All the things.
Have a crazy Kwanzaa.
Love to you guys. Happy
solemn
Festivus.
Ramadan.
Yeah.